Nota TV Power Talk. Kindly subscribe, share, promote Nota TV for protecting democratic values. The 5 points formula announced by the Prime Minister, Honorable Finance Minister explained how it will be implemented, who will be the stakeholders, and how it will be implemented through participation of the state governments. In the Nota TV Power Talk, we are having one powerful guest, Arjun Amanchi, Corporate Legal Advisor. Welcome to Nota TV Power Talk, Mr. Arjun Amanchi.
Yes.
Yeah. Arjun, what is the gist of the Finance Ministry's press conference?
You will get an extended loan for extending for the existing loan subscribers announcement. It is extra to the budget. It is not part of the budget. It is extra over and above the budget amount.
Which fields and which sectors will be benefited with this extra budget?
Now, one need to understand very clearly that who comes under MSME. MSME is medium, small and micro enterprises. So any enterprise who registered themselves under MSME, and if they constitute as MSME, in that case, they will get benefited. Now, again, this 3 lakh crore benefit is only for MSME who have availed loan previously. It is not for MSME who want to avail fresh loans. It is only for MSMEs who want to avail extra facilities and not for somebody who want to avail fresh loans.
How much amount they are distributing to the sector wise, small scale industries and medium scale? There is any specification for that?
They have not divided between medium, small and micro. What they have specifically mentioned, say if you have 5 crores loan, so up to 20% of 5 crores loan, you will get additional credit. So it means you have a 5 crores loan existing running with a bank. So you will get another 1 crore rupees funding as a credit support, irrespective whether you are a small, micro or medium.
Mr. Arjun, what is a loan guarantee?
So it's a very important announcement, as well as because for any kind of loan, there is a collateral or a guarantee requirement. But in this announcement, there is no collateral requirement and there is no guarantee requirement also, because government is coming up as a guarantee. So it's a good news for all the MSME who want to avail facilities without giving any further collateral or bringing new guarantee.
What is the time period? How long it has to be returned, and there is any fixed time frame for this?
4 years.
4 years. It's a
4 years term.
From the day of the sanction, or how many, any moratorium is there?
12 months moratorium period is there, and in 4 years you have to pay the principal amount along with interest. There are almost 1 crore 31 lakhs MSME registered in India, and this will benefit only 45 lakhs MSME, and that too who have 45 lakh MSME, okay? And that too the MSME who have already having the loans. So it means only the entities who are already a borrowers, they will be getting these facilities, not to the MSMEs who want a fresh borrowing, number one. Number two, there is no benefit to the self-employed professionals, shopkeepers, or you say small trader, because they are working hand to mouth. They don't take any loan or a CC credit or working capital loan from bank. What they take is personal loan. So I feel like, there are almost, other than laborers, the next segment which is vulnerable after laborers is the self-employed people who run shops, who are self-employed, who are freelance, and they are like, self-employed. For them, there is nothing. So, and if we count that numbers, it's huge, because they have to pay rent, they have to take care of their employees, 3, 4, whatever number of employees. And plus, their shops are closed, their services are closed from last 2 to 3 months. It will have effect after post lockdown also. So for them, there is nothing.
What are the benefit announced to the labor and migrant labor?
As of now, in this announcement, there is no benefit to the laborers or the migrant laborers. Whatever it was announced earlier, it remains the same.
What kind of the labor laws will be modified after this announcement? Prime Minister also indicated some modifications will be there. for labor laws and for labor rehabilitation. A lot of modifications he suggested.
So modification in labor laws is still awaited. They have not announced anything to as of now. So it is awaited. Maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, they will come up clearly on this.
What is your opinion on 20 lakhs crores of the huge package for the COVID-19? How it will be distributed and where this money will be pulled, and this will be the helicopter money or air flying money? How you call?
It is like, when you mix up 5% together and you show, this person is very hefty and healthy. So the 20 lakhs crores is like that amount. What they are, calculating is like what RBI has given, what benefit we are giving through TDS, what benefit we are giving through EPF. All these things are from existing resources only. So there are very few coming up wherein new money will be coming into the market. So it is like an liquidity from one point to another point, means removing money from income tax or from TDS or from EPF and giving to this, or removing from certain other segment and giving to the people for liquidity. So no new money as such is coming, except in few instances.
Mr. Arjun, few states already abolished labor laws statewide. How you will compensate? For example, Maharashtra, they totally abolished the labor legislation and labor laws.
As of now, yes, the states are liberalizing labor laws because they want to attract laborers of their own state. So likewise, UP or Uttar Pradesh want to attract laborers of their own state so that industry can come there and set up industries. So laborers of Uttar Pradesh can work in Uttar Pradesh only. Similarly, Madhya Pradesh is doing the same, so that they are liberalizing the labor laws or with minimum decentralizing or removing the labor laws. So it will promote or it will incentivize companies to come and set up into their state. So the Maharashtra is also, taking care, like, if all laborers will go to other state, what will happen to the Maharashtra industry? So that's why they are taking similar steps.
What do you suggest when we are going to end lockdown?
Now, after this measure and the Prime Minister's 4.0 announcement, or in a sideline way, it looks like another 2 months, 3 months will be, a kind of a partial or a kind of a lockdown will be continuing. So more or so, we'll be interacting in this way.
What is the impact on industrial sector, COVID-19?
Of course, there is a lot of impact on industrial sector because laborers are moving out of the state. All migrants are going. Okay, now trains are resuming and states are taking efforts to send laborers and all those things. So there are no laborers available, number one. Number two, now, additional funding is coming. Industries will do by taking that funding unless, there are no laborers. Unless manufacturing will resume, unless, there would be a consumption. Unless there is no production, there is no utilization of this further credit also. So in this announcement, one of the disappointing thing is there is not measures which will, bring more consumption. It is just a liquidity to an MSME or to other sectors. But for driving consumption, for driving demand, there is no such, measures which will really pull this or push demand.
There will be any special compensation of the COVID-19 for the industrial sector?
I don't think so. After this relief measures and after this package, government will keen to come up with any other compensation, because they are saying that already we are providing you liquidity, you have to manage this situation. Likewise, government is managing its situation.
What will be the role of the RBI? How they will tax? RBI always play a role like they are bridge between the banks and government. What is their role now?
As of now, RBI is playing an excellent role. RBI is one which is controlling our complete financial system. Even after, during this kind of situation, COVID, it is taking very smart steps, which is a balanced steps, I will say. And basis on that, there are funds available in the banks. But now banks need to give liquidity to the industries or to the MSME or to the shopkeepers, self-employed people, so that they can utilize them. Unless and until bank gives that loans, nothing will happen.
What about outstanding loans and the NPA accounts, whether they will work forcibly and not, they will give some relaxations to them?
RBI has already announced relaxation. NPA for wherein it was 3 months, now it is 6 months period they have considered it. So that additional 3 months relaxation is anyways there.
I mean, what is the difference between waiver and writ of Arjun?
Waiver, there is no waiver as of now.
Mhm.
You can see like, there is a petition going also, but there is no waiver. Interest will be there now. The guarantee is coming from the government. There is no extra collateral or a guarantee required. So there is no waiver. So there is no free lunch. We say similarly, there is no loans without interest.
To
Yes.
come out from this crisis, what you suggest? What will be your suggestions to come out from this suggestion?
My suggestion is very clear: to demand, to increase the consumption, to increase the demand and the production. One thing one government should do is reduce the GST rates. They should reduce the GST rate to the 5% so that every unorganized sector comes into organized way, so that they feel like, let me get into the GST regime, let me pay GST, so that, more revenue government will get. We'll be able to see the parallel economy which is going on, that will come into organized way. So more and more people will get into EPF. They will register into EPF. So GST is something which will play a very big role. Wherein if we reduce that rate, that would be a great thing. That will spur the consumption. That will spur the demand. Similarly, we need to reduce the income tax rates as well. Now, just imagine if you reduce the income tax rates to 10% or 15% to MSME, so that additional 10%, 15% saving will be invested further into investments for growing their company or for doing something which will be beneficial to the overall. So the replication is that there will be more consumption, more demand, and more GST collection. So that one thing which I am also waiting for, FM to be announcing, but surprisingly there was no tax reduction announcement, which was a bit disappointing.
Arjun, government is focusing on few sectors only, but due to this coronavirus impact, for example, travel industry totally destroyed. Entertainment industry, it's a completely destroyed. If there is any chance, government giving any relaxations to that sectors,
change wherein, a natural calamity where the industry is definitely affecting all over the world.
Yeah.
So any stimulus or any support from government will not compensate the losses which they are sustaining. Even if government want to, sustain the tourism or airline today, they cannot do with their whatever support they can do. So it's a kind of the way of living, the way the world moves, it's completely changing. So the industry, the existing companies who are into tourism and all this thing, they need to really think about what next. They need to modify their business. They need to get into new business models. That's how need to be, new thing. Or they need to simply go for a liquidation wherein, submit that because of the industry external situations, they are like this. Nothing cannot be done. No relief measure, no stimulus can compensate their losses.
How you differentiate between PV Narasimha Rao economical policies and Narendra Modi's present economical policies? Do you find any differences?
So I'll tell you, Narendra Modi's economic policy is more of an, glamour, more of an numbers. Even if you are seeing media is showing 0,000 till the, and it is showing about combination of different announcement. So I feel like, there is no direct, even if it's announcement, if you say finance minister has taken almost 20 minutes of explaining their previous achievement. Whole world is waiting. 1.30 billion people are watching, and we know what this government is doing. What people are waiting, that need to be announced. So by this only one need to understand that how this government is. First they want to talk about achievements, but leaders are somebody who always give what they want to offer to the world at large, and then they talk about achievements. But in this government talks about achievement first, then they say we are doing this. That is the difference between this Modi government and PV Narasimha time regime.
Arjun, PM Modi and Nirmala Sitharaman ji more focused on Swadeshi, make in India. Then how it will be work out?
So now it is like we say in Hindi mein, ek teer se do cheez ko marna. It is like that. They want to show now, we have 1.30 billion people, and at one side, China is fighting on a border area with some issues. US is battling with their things, they are stopping visas and all those things. So India is coming up with their own agenda wherein boss, look, we are coming up with our local vocal. Now this, our own consumption, our own production will take our country to the next level. If you are sealing your boundaries, we will also do similar kind of thing, which will take our country to the next level. Now, fearing this, the companies will come India, they will set up their companies here so that people will get jobs, and there could be a production consumption within country, and export can be done outside India also. So that's the overall agenda, like local production, global supply.
No, we are completely planning to avoid import policy. Then what will be the export policy now?
Now we need to see how the export policy will be there, because the kind of action we have taken, other countries will also take. Local production, global supply. So if everyone start doing that, there would be no exports. It would be just theoretically it will be, but there will be no exports. So it would be a kind of more of a bilateral trade between countries, wherein one country will say, look, I will get this products from your country, and you have to get me these products from your country. So it would be a kind of bilateral trade rather than a global trade.
How to counter COVID-19 virus?
My only suggestion is we need to live by it. When there is a natural calamity, whatever we do, can we avoid it? So similarly, COVID-19 is one kind of a disease or a natural thing which we cannot avoid. We have to live by it. So what people need to do as a general is that they need to change their habits, lifestyles, so that, not attracting this virus, spreading to their families or to their societies or neighbors. That is something one need to inculcate into their day-to-day practice. Even organizations need to think about, instead of setting every offices at town side, say in Hyderabad, if they feel like if everyone want to set up offices in Gachibowli, and in Mumbai, say everyone wants to set up their office in Nariman Point, will not do. Now they need to decentralize. Even government need to decentralize so that people are spreaded. Government departments are spreaded. So there is less density, and we can avoid this COVID-19 infection or any infection after this also. It's a time to change for private sector as well as government sector to decentralize. Power hub should not situate at one place, it should be distributed.
Nota TV welcomed the 5-point formula of the central government proposed for expansion of the huge packages, the COVID-19 affected areas. Today we discussed the Nota TV Power Talk with powerful guest Mr. Arjun Amanchi, corporate legal advisor. Mr. Arjun, thanks for joining Nota TV Power Talk. Signing up, Silver.
Stay home, stay safe.